screen. There we go. There we are. That's better, isn't it? Have a wonderful evening. Good evening, friends. Hey, listen to that. Good evening and welcome. This fine, warm, dry, toasty, absolutely blooming freezing, crisp Thursday evening. Welcome, 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 one and all, to this demonstration of mediumship, this service of spirituality, this collection of upliftment that is Littleport Christian Spiritualists every Thursday night in Littleport Village Hall. It's an honour to see you all here again, in spite of the weather. Both those that are frequent flyers and those I ain't seen in a while too. Welcome one and all. And it gives me absolute pleasure. Hello, sweetie. You're right. It gives me absolute pleasure to welcome our medium tonight. For those that haven't seen the posts and after last week believed that we would be having Emily Major, she is poorly, so please send your healing thoughts out to her when the time comes and with your own healing moments. But of course, in preparation for a night of demonstrating mediumship, she's getting ready to scowl at me, look. In preparation for a demonstration of mediumship tonight, our very own Bishop of the Independent Spiritualist Alliance, so she does it to me at her own place, so I'm going to do the same. A Bishop of the Advisory Council, no less, you know, Reverend Barbara Price. Give it up! Welcome, welcome, and thank you for stepping in. And it's a family affair. It's a family affair. Because Barbara is as much a frequent flyer in Littleport as she is her own church, let's be honest. And so she is family. And it's a pleasure to see you all again tonight. Now, we've got lots to get through. But I do have to apologise in advance that there's been some changes to some very fundamental features of this church. Because I can't say anymore, should the curtains start twitching and the lights start flickering, follow me out. Because after winding me up at Christmas and the row of degenerates they referred to themselves as, after that little incident, we've now got to say it's slightly different. If the curtains start twitching and the lights start flickering, follow them out, because they'll know it wasn't them and they'll be out first. But of course, one of the most uplifting parts of any community, of any family, is the joy that you can share together. And I am a tad disappointed this week, I must confess, that my little signs aren't there to give me the guidance and direction to be able to remind everyone that on Sunday from 10 until 1, we've got the drum healing circle. Now, they're all nodding really generously, saying, oh my God, he remembered. But no, he asked Barbara while the credits were running. So I can't take honorary for that either. But for those that are interested, the Shamanic Drum Healing Circle White Feather will be running from 10 till 1 in that little hall over there on Sunday. Please see Eunice for details. And we had a wonderful workshop filled with much debate, discussion, and intrigue. Speaking of your church, on Sunday. But we had a good time, and we had soup, we had rolls, and we had some lovely we had one of Eunice's joints. And I am talking about pork, not anything else. But yeah, so that will be, obviously the next one will be next month, but we do have a new online circle. So if you're interested, come and see me for details. That's actually the notices. Quick, wasn't it? But I will say that there's one more. Our medium for next week is the lovely Sue Hine. Something's really wrong with me. I'm remembering stuff, even with or without prompts. It's getting a bit worrying. Got to do something about that. But of course, this is a service of mediumship. And so, as per usual and as ever, let's join together and open this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love, friendship, and laughter, that we might join together, blend together, and work with those in the world of spirit to lift the veil and see the proof that life is indeed eternal. As we place this service in your care and keeping, we make the statement as ever that everything we do is in love, truth, and in light. Amen. Well, this is the point where I usually say a few words, and most of the time I haven't got a clue what I'm going to say. But there are times when I have an inkling, because the events of the day or the week leading up to it give you a little bit of an indicator. And this has been one of those weeks. For instance, the fact that today is the heavenly birthday of a very, very well-known in the spiritualist movement figure of Gordon Higginson. So, of course, we are sure that our friends and loved ones in the world of spirit and those that we work with will be able to pass the message on that we wish him a happy birthday. But I want to, see, exactly, I want to make reference to him for a different reason. Because one of the things that we talk about in this way of life is the pioneers. We must address the pioneers, revere the pioneers. Everything that they say must go, and we must do what they say. The reason they're pioneers is because they ignored that statement. They blazed a trail of their own. They are pioneers because they wanted things to move forward. They wanted things to change, and they recognized that change is as much of a must in any way of life as it is in relation to your underwear. They must always have change. But we do respect and honor our pioneers. But my question is, which way would they prefer? By becoming stagnant? By becoming so set in our ways that we don't see any growth or development? Or doing exactly what they did and recognize an opportunity and a change in the world and make good use of it? So frequently in this way of life, we hear the kids aren't interested. And you know what? They're not. But then the youth have started to come back because it's online. Because we broadcast online, we do stuff online. We show that we can keep up with technology, or at least try to. In my case, I'm starting to get worse and worse and worse with technology, but I make an effort, and that's all we can ever do. But when we think of someone like Gordon Higginson, we think of him as this older gentleman with the white or shiny grey suit, with the short grey hair brushed back, and this very distinguished figure. But in actual fact, he started in this way of life at the age of 3. It is said that his mother was given a message before he was even born, that he would do good things. Now, she was a member of a circle, and she couldn't afford childcare. So guess what? She took him with her, and he started getting involved. He started taking part, and he enjoyed himself, and he loved it. And yes, Mrs. H was a taskmaster. She would bind his ears and blindfold him and gag him and tie him to a chair so that he had no reference as to who was walking through the door or who he was going to give a message to. But she pushed his development, and he took it on board. And when he was 16, he became the president of his church. youngest ever. In 1998, it's ironic to mention, I will just say that in 1998, the second youngest was a bloke called Nick Brown, and he was 18. So, you know, I was 2 years behind on that one. But the point is, he was young. We were all young once. Hopes, dreams, aspirations. Life tends to help us forget that. Spirit try to remind us of those joys, those excitements, those upliftments. And Spirit want this way of life to continue, to grow, to advance. And the only way to do that is to reach out in different places. So when we talk of the pioneers, we must remember that they were young too. We must remember that they became pioneers by being themselves, by being different, by blazing a trail of saying, yeah, fair enough, but, and doing it their own way. We can choose to honor our pioneers by following their example, by blazing a trail, by making changes, by growing, respectful of the past, but thinking of the future. Because that, my friends, is the only way this way of life, this opportunity, this community will continue. I'd like to think that in 100 years' time, we'll all be up there with the pioneers. We will be with Alan and Wendy and George. Dad will be in the kitchen having a chat about football with a certain young gentleman, probably arguing. The pioneers will be up there. We'll be up there looking down and saying, we were there when we had to put up with Nick's addresses. At least they're shorter now. That was one advance that you all made. But I know that this community will continue after we are gone. Because we do think of the future. We do think of compassion and kindness and support of each other. Because beyond evidence, that is the second most important thing in spirituality. That we take care of one another. That we look after one another. That we're there for one another. And we make sure that we are there for the next generation too. So I set a challenge. Be pioneers. Blaze your own trail. Be yourselves. Work your own way. Be brave. Be bold. And in 100 years, we will fill this hall and say, we were there. And say, we knew it was coming. And we knew it would last. Because Spirit will always endure. Because what is built endures. And what is loved endures. And a sense of community endures. So thank you all for listening. God bless you all. And happy birthday, Mr. H. And so now, having seen her hand slide so quaintly and aptly into her pocket, I know where I'm going for the reading. Now we're going to have our reading before we have our healing, which will be led, of course, by Tony. So please welcome to the front, Miss Eunice.
Right, this week we've got a verse written by Linda again. You didn't know that, did you? No. I'm sure you'll gather who she's talking about here. I close my eyes and imagine you sitting in your chair, and I come over to you and run my fingers through your hair. I can hear you breathing and smell your aftershave, and then I can see the love that you so kindly gave. My love for you is endless. You're always in my heart. You may not be with me, but we are never far apart. One day I will be with you, and I will hold you oh so tight. But until that day comes, you are in my dreams at night.
Okay. Thank you. Beautifully read. Thank you, Eunice. And beautifully written. Thank you, Mama B. I've got to start calling her Mama B because it's better than Mum for everyone's sake. And I'm not calling her Linda because she's Linda with an I, not Linda with a Y. Fortunately, she was talking, so she didn't hear me do that one, but everyone else has heard it. So thank you, Eunice, and thank you, Mama B. And so now, my friends, it is time to send out our healing thoughts. I'm going to hand over to Tony in a second. Please, can we consider Dawny and her family? Okay. Can we please consider Dawny and her family in our healing thoughts, as well, of course, as Emily and Stuart in your healing thoughts as well as everyone who's in your own mind too. And so now I will say, Mr. Tony, please step forward and lead us all in healing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony. Right, thank you. You're wearing something I can attach it to.
That's why. Yeah, especially. Oh dear. You didn't say it this week. If you would like some healing, please raise your hand. Thank you. Healers, have a cast your eye round and now you know where to go. One there. There. I'll come down the back as well. All right? It's two down the back, shall we? Yep. All right, good. Fundamental to this way of life is our way of being here, the reasons we're here. And fundamental to all of that is this gift of healing that most of us are blessed with. So please, Great Spirit, send that power down to these healers. Let them work their magic right now. Thank you, healers. If you can just pull yourselves back now. And as I say every week, and it's most important, thank you to those of you who asked, because it is the most difficult thing to do.
Thank you very much. And I share that sentiment and thank Tony and all of those who stood up and gave their healing energies, each and every one of you, on behalf of Spirit. The first thing I ever learned about healing was a wonderful phrase: from Spirit, through Spirit, to Spirit. A reminder that we are all Spirit. And one particularly uplifting Spirit is going to be transitioning energies from up there to down here in just a moment. You know, I was thinking the other day about my theme of the year being patience. And I don't know if anyone else has felt it, but there's been a real need for it lately. But I know that it will work, and I know that it will happen. And the reason I know this is because Barbara's guide always has to exercise his patience with me when I start yakking off. And I can hear him chundering away in the background saying, get on with it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Should Barbara please should Barbara please come to you? Answer in a clear voice, yes, no, don't know. Because let's face it, we're all nosy and want to know what's going on. But of course, have an uplifting evening and give a big Littleport welcome and keep it going while I plug her in. The one and only and our own Barbara Price.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Right, there's only a couple here that hasn't seen me work, so you all know that I go direct. I know where my first link is at the moment. Dawn, can I be there with you? And as I'm there with you, I haven't seen Dawn since last year. And I want to say to you, there's a lot of, I know you had healing, but I want to say to you, there's a lot of healing being given to you from the spirit world. Also is that I'm very much aware of mum in the spirit world. If it's not mum, it's your mum's mum, it's grandma. And but I'm just very, very much aware of her being around you at this time. And also is that, I know Nick turned around and said patient. I want to say to you, there's something around you that you need to be patient about. All right. Also at this time, I don't know if it's yourself or somebody around you, but I just feel very much as though somebody's either attending a hospital or ongoing with the doctor, because I've got medication around either yourself or somebody around you. And also is that I do feel there's a sadness of the heart around you as well. All right. And I'm very, very much aware of a cat there with you as well. And it's just walking around your feet at this moment. And also, as your nana is here, it's as though that you're very much like her. All right. She was a woman that would get on with it. And that's exactly what she's saying to you. Get on with it. All right. You are a mother, you are a grandma, and you are a very good mother. All right. You are a very good mother. And I want to say to you also is that there's a new key to a door. So I don't know whether the key is yours or it's a key around you. It's either a key to a car or a key to a front door. All right. And if it's not you, I want to say to you that somebody's wanting to move. All right. Somebody's wanting to move. Also, I just feel around your home is as though that I want to bring some peace and harmony there. All right. And I just feel when you get beyond that door, you think, oh, this is where I'm safe. All right. I want to say that Christmas, you was pleased it's gone. All right. And I also want to say to you is that your guides and helpers and inspirers are there. This is a year for you to begin. Okay. Don't look back. Go forward, please. And I want to say to you is that make up your mind. And if you're sitting in a circle or you're doing some studying, whatever it is around you, I want to say, get on with it. You've done it before. All right. You've done it before. Just put it on the shelf and get on with it. I also want to say to you is that your work is I want to say your work is pulling you down a bit, all right? And you have to go to work because you have to pay bills. But at the same time as your work is really, really dragging you down. But I want to say that you have the patience to do that. But at the same time, there's something that you have to make up your mind about with your job, all right? This is a year to do it. 2024 is a year of harmony. It's an even, so whatever you do this year will be positive, all right? I want to put new shoes on your feet, okay? And that's new beginnings, new beginnings. I also want to say there's either some work you want doing at home. I want decorating around you as well, but I want to go in your kitchen, all right? So your kitchen's really putting you down at the moment. But I want to say to you is that, hey, there's 12 months, okay? A little bit at a time, come on. You don't have to do it all at once. That's me, yes, I have to have it done yesterday. But at the same time is that, no, you just take it as it comes. This is going to be a good year, a good year. Look after your health, all right? And but I want to say to you is that there is Archangel Gabriel around you, and he's putting his wings around you at this moment. You've gone through a lot of disharmony, all right? And as I want to say, just shut that door behind you and just walk this pathway. And Nana was saying, we've always said that. As a child, she was the same. This lady's lovely, but she's also around your mum at this time as well. So I don't know whether mum's been unwell, but she's concerned about your mum. Who's got the problems with the knees? Okay, because she's saying her knees. She said she's got a good pair of pins, but her knees are, I won't say what she said, but she said they weren't any good. But I want to say to you is that Nana's very much there. Look at it around this part around you. I just feel as though that she's putting healing around this part. And also I want to be around your solar plexus. Okay, so your sensitivity. All right. My love to you, my darling, knowing she's there. I also want to give you a bow. I want to give you a green bow. I have no idea what that is. I've never given anybody a green bow before. But I want to say this is a beautiful bow. It's beautiful. It's just an emerald green. Just know I've given it to you. It will make sense later on in as months go on. Okay, maybe the green is the love that you give out. Okay, so hold it in your heart. But the bow is very important. I leave that with you and say, bless you. Can I come here with you, sweetie? And as I'm there with you, I want to say that I have mum around you at this moment. And also is that your pathway is good. Your pathway is good. I also want to say that I have your husband here, your first husband. Okay, and I just feel very much as though as who's Bert? Okay, we'd understand, because he said, I'm here. And I want to say to you is that there's a lot of love coming forward around that as well. Okay, he's saying you've always been very stubborn, all right, but that's what he loved about you. That's what he loved about you. And also is that allow the girls to get on with it, but to build your life. Would you understand that? And he said, that's what I want to see. I want to see that smile on your face. Let them get on with it and you build your life. I don't know whether you're moving or you've moved, but I just feel lots of boxes around you. And I want to say that a positive move for you. All right. I also want to say to you is that I don't know whether you're not eating properly or food around you is as though that, are you not tasting your food properly? You're picking, okay. Okay, because I just feel either your taste buds are gone and you don't really know what you want. And I do feel a little weight coming off of you, or you've lost a little bit of weight. But at the same time is that he's saying, eat properly. He said, because I couldn't eat at the end of my life. He says, so you know you've got to eat to keep warm, He's saying cheers, okay? He's saying cheers. Also, was also understand somebody that used to like to drink a Guinness, yeah? And because I've got a Guinness here, and it's as though they're handing you, I'm not saying that you should drink it, but handing you a Guinness, but the Guinness represents the iron that you need, okay? You need this to keep you well. Also, I don't know how you can walk around without a coat on, but you probably don't feel the cold. But at the same time is that you're saying look after your health. All right, look after your health. Opticians around you, either you need to be going to the opticians or you've been. Yeah, lovely. And everything's okay. New lenses? Yeah, okay, because I just feel new lenses around you. I just feel as though I want to go to your left eye. All right, as though that look after your left eye here. Also is that I want to say to you is that I have Dad here as well. I have Dad. Your dad is a tall gentleman, okay, because I just feel quite well built man as well, and a no nonsense man. All right, it's as though that hey, what's you don't argue with him, okay? He didn't take fools lightly. Okay, he said that's what we brought you up to be. Don't take fools lightly. All right. I want to say also is that as much as he was that way inclined, he had a heart of gold. All right. And I also want to say to you is that as one door is closing behind you, one will open. So there are some new beginnings there for you. Okay. I also want to say to you is that I'm either seeing a new bed or a new mattress around you. If it's not you personally, but I just feel very much either there's a somebody around you who's wanting to buy a new electrical appliance. Oh, okay, because I just saw a new electrical appliance around you. Also, is that do you suffer? Have you got a hiatus hernia? Okay, would you understand somebody who's got a problem here? Yeah, we understand that. And also is that I have a baby in the spirit world. All right, I don't know if it's yours or one of your girls, but I have a baby in the spirit world. I have a little girl in the spirit world. And also, I have a very, very big dog here. All right, and I wouldn't like to meet this dog in an alleyway. All right, it was as soft as a button, but at the same time, to look at it, you would think, oh, I don't want to go near that. But at the same time, it's just coming over towards you, and it's as though he's your power animal, okay, protecting you at this time. I also want to say that you either got a watch that belongs to your husband, or you just have those memories of buying him a watch. Lovely, thank you. And also he's saying, I love you and I always will. He's also actually saying that maybe over the last 10 to 15 years, it hasn't been that good, but maybe the next 10 to 15 years will be better. All right. So know that he's very, very much there. It's as though I want to close a book. All right. And that chapter's gone. All right. I also want to say to you, he's giving you a candle. All right, he's giving you a candle, so I don't know whether it's a birthday candle or you're lighting a candle for him. But it's there, very, very much there with you. Okay. Says bless you and I love you, my darling. I love you. I leave that with you and I say bless you. Okay. Do you know we start early? Okay. All right. And don't worry, you can come in anytime, anytime. Okay. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Barry, can I come there with you? Okay. Okay. I want to say this year is going to be a year of your growth. All right? And it's as though that you're not going to question yourself this year, are you? Am I moving? Oh. I want to say to you is that this year is a year of being positive. This is your year. All right. It started last year. All right. It started last year. But I want to say to you is that this last year will follow into this year. All right. I also want to say to you is that I don't know whether you want to do some studying or maybe go into something else, but it's there. All right, it's there. It's nothing that you don't already know. All right. Okay. Why have I got that? Okay. I've got Alan with me. All right. And I know that I had him when I was sitting there. And he's saying that if you don't get on with it, he's going to come up to you and he's going to go whack just across your head. I had him with us on Monday, and we had a fantastic reading off of him, didn't we? He came to Darryl and myself, and it was from somebody that knew nothing about him, and it was, well, it just brought tears to our eyes. It was just so wonderful that he found time to come and say. But he's there very much, but he's so proud of you. All right, he's proud of you. I also want to say to you is that you sit circle, yeah? Good. And I also want to say to you is that as your life will continue, you will grow and grow and grow. All right? It's so nice to see you smiling instead of, he said, have you lost any hair? You've lost more hair, he's saying. Because he's, and he's just saying that, I know I lost my teeth. He said, but at least I had a head of hair. But he said, I've got no hair. He's going, what have you done with it? And he's laughing at you. But I want to say that feel him around you because he's there. I know he's around all of us. But at the same time is that he's going, he's tapping you on the head here, bless him. I also want to say to you is that happy times coming. You changed your eating habits. Okay, wonderful. Because that it's as though I want to detox you. Okay. I had somebody around me today, and always in January, this man always detoxes himself. He doesn't drink. He eats sensible things, and he said I always do it for the first month of the year after Christmas. So, and it's as though I want to say to you is though, pick a month, any month, and my guide is saying just detox, and you will feel the difference. You will feel the difference. I also want to put a robe on you for some reason or other. Okay, so I don't. You're not going to make him a reverend, are you?
I think it probably.
Okay. The reason I'm saying that, I just saw a robe. I didn't see a collar. I just saw the robe, and whether he's going to nab you and you're going to be a reverend, I don't know. But at the same time, is as though that I'm also seeing Tibetan around you as well. So I'm seeing the orange robe here, and I want to wrap it around you, and I would just want beads around your neck. Okay, so I don't know what that means. It could be that you have a new vibration coming in around you. Okay, and that's probably around your healing. All right, I don't know what it is because he's not telling me. It's for you to find out what this is all about. Okay, but I want to say to you is that I'm seeing it so clearly, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. I also want to say to you is that you found out who you can trust. Yes. All right, you found out who you can trust. I want to say also that I don't know whether you've moved or you want to move, but wherever you are, you're happy. All right, so I can just give you the key because you've already moved. I also want to give you paperwork around you as well. So I don't know what this paperwork is. I just feel as though either there's some papers you need to be signing, or there's some legal papers there. It could be anything. It could be car insurance, life insurance, a will. I don't know. But there's some legal papers there around you as well. You have a son? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I want to say that I'm just very, very much aware of children around you. All right. And so I don't know whether they're your children or they're somebody else's children, and you've taken them under your wing. I don't know. But I just feel very much as though you're fond of these children. All right. I have a brother here. in the spirit world. And I want to say Dad is in spirit, Mum is in spirit, Nana in spirit. They're all there, and they're all just literally coming round you. And it's as though that, okay. And I said, well, they're a pair of boots, aren't they? Yeah, absolutely. And it's really, really pulling. He's not doing it tonight. Alan's doing it. But I want to say to you is as though that he's extremely proud of you, extremely proud, because only you know that what you and Alan, what you had. All right. And I want to say to you is that only you know what you and Alan. All right. And from where you was, you are now. He said, you've done me proud. You've done me proud. I also want to say to you is that follow your pathway. Whatever you are, whatever you're doing, is as though that whoever's around you, you're in the right place. All right. All you need to do now is to grow. Financially, I want to say something around you is as though that finance is going to change. All right. You might win the lottery. Who knows? My name's Barbara. All right. I want to say that finances are going to change for the better. All right. And but I want to say that also enjoy life. It's time to enjoy. All right. I'm going to leave all that with him. He said, don't give him my love. He said, don't give him my love. And he's saying, just say that I'm here. And I said, oh. He said, I'll come and give you a hug, he says. And but he's pulling your leg here. He said, don't give me my love. But he's extremely proud, very proud of you, from where you was and where you are now. Okay? Bless you. Can I come here? Yeah. Are you sisters or family or friends? Are they? Niece. Okay, right. Okay. I have a gentleman standing between the two of you, and he's saying, "Get on with it, will you? On with it." And it's as though that he's a type of man that he doesn't hang around. He would get on and do things. And I feel with him also is that he loved his family. He loved his family. Is this Dad? Okay. Is this your granddad? Your granddad and your dad? Okay. Because I just feel Dad. And also is that I do feel his transition was really quick into the spirit world. And he's saying, but I keep my eye on them all. And when they do, he said, I know what you get up to. All right. And also is that now you have family? You have 2 children?
No, I don't have any. You have 2 children.
Oh, okay. You have no children.
No, I have.
You want children?
Yeah.
Later on?
Yeah.
Later on, okay. You've got 2, 3. Okay. You've got 2 of one sex? You question your motherhood, all right? You question your motherhood, and I want to come over and slap you, all right? Simply is that children only allow you to mother them and love them, and they only give you so much. And children can be so hard, and when they grow up, they can be so selfish. And I want to say that, I said it to Dawn, I'm going to say it to you, you are a good mother. But you question your own mother and your own love. And your dad is saying is that you give everything. You give everything. And you sit there and pull your hair out half the time as well, because they really do give you a lot of GBH. All right. But I want to say that your dad is so proud of where you are and how you've succeeded in so many ways. Life has been a bit of a struggle as well. So you struggle really, really badly. And health-wise as well. All right, health-wise. I also want to say to you is that I keep looking up at those windows And I want to say that one of those windows is a mirror, and I want to stand you in front of that mirror, and I want you to look in that mirror and say, wow, I do love you. No, I don't love you, but you have to love yourself. But you never do it. So it's so important that you look at yourself and you love who you are. You can't rely on anybody else to love you. All right. You know that you have friends, you know you have family. At the same time is that you give yourself such a hard time. All right. You don't have to do that because other people will do that. All you need to do is to love who you are. You work, yes? Oh, sorry. You know, you care for Dad, yeah? And so you don't do nothing now. I want to say to you is that maybe you should be. Maybe you should be like maybe caring for somebody else because he's saying that you looked after him. All right, you looked after him and you loved him so much. And you've done beyond a daughter's duty. All right. I want to say that the tears still flow. The tears do flow. I want to say to you, it's so important to allow those tears to flow. And thank you. I don't feel that this man's been in the spirit world too long. All right. And we can have more than one, we promise. Let's get another box. I don't feel that this man has been in the spirit world for an awful long time. And he's left his mark. He's left his love. He's left it here. And he went, I watch you. All right. It's as though that he's very, very much around you also. I want to say with him it's as though that if he was uncomfortable with something, he would say. I want to say to you is that he would be uncomfortable with the way you dress. No. You're not going to take that off, are you? Oh, to be young, eh? Oh, to be young. Hey, I want to say that he doesn't like the way you dress. All right. But at the same time, it's because of his age. All right. Also, would you understand his breathing? Okay, because I just feel as though that I feel quite tight around my chest, around my lungs, and I just feel as though that I couldn't swallow properly. You understand that? And I usually ask them to give me something, just to prove who they are. And Mum is still with us, yeah, on the earth plane. Because but Mum and Dad weren't together, okay, because they're saying that Mum is still here. But I want to say to you is that he still had feelings for Mum. Would you understand that? And it's as though that he still loved your mum, whether they were together or not. He still loved her very much, and maybe they could live together, and they were better apart. I do feel that when your dad passed over, your mum was quite hurt. All right, and there was happy times when they was younger, and he's saying I have some wonderful children, and that he said, you're my angel. You're my angel. I also want to say to you, it's time for you to start thinking of yourself. All right. It's as though that you've been made redundant. It's the wrong word, I know. But you've been made redundant now because it was 24/7, dad, and now there's nothing, and you're finding it very hard to fill in love, those feelings. He's never gone. It's as though he's still very much around. Where's the third? There should be three. Where's the third? Okay, because it's as though he's talking about three. All right, and also, where's is there a baby around? Yeah, you understand that because he's talking about a baby, and also who had the motorbike? I want a motorbike. And also is that who's had a tattoo in memory of Granddad? All right, because he's saying, why did you do that? All right, and it's as though that wonderful, lovely. And I said, why did you do that? Why did you mark your body for him? That he's really proud of it. He's really quite honoured that you've done that. He will be nowhere. He will always be in your heart. We lose this, but you never lose those memories which are fixed in your heart always. And I want to say that he suffered for quite some time. All right, so his health was quite bad for quite some time. I want to say when he passed over, it was a happy release, but it wasn't a happy relief for the family that loved him so much. But at the same time, it was for him because he was really, really struggling to make every day. And but he's saying that I heard everybody. I heard what everybody said. Are you aware that it takes 12 hours for the hearing to go? Okay, well it does, you know, so you could say so many things and they will hear, they will hear. And because I want to say to you, he heard everything. He knew he was loved. And his funeral was, he said, you have really made me proud. And thank you so much. I want to cry, bless him. He's such a humble man. He's so humble, he really is. And it's as though everything you did, and not just you, but the rest of the family, and he was so humble about what you all done, and he's saying thank you. And I didn't feel as though I deserved all that, but he did. He did. And I do want to say that he was a very good provider for the family when he was able to, and as well the family gave back when he was unable to do it. And he's saying thank you for that. I want to say, as he's pulling away here, it's as though he's given me a really long stemmed iris. All right, that I want to give you the colour. It's like a bluey mauve, I understand. And it's as though he wants to give that to you. All right. And I also want to say to you is that I want to give you a long stemmed white rose. All right. And that's his love to you. And it's as though that, and that's the dove that will come around you. I also want to give you a butterfly, okay? And I want to say the butterfly is transformation. So there's a lot of changes. Have you? Okay, that's wonderful. But at the same time is that I want to give you a butterfly, so it's transformation, new beginnings. So there's this, maybe there's something you need to make up your mind about. All right. You work, yes? Are you studying?
I used to. Well, I've not long come out of education.
Just not long come out of what?
Education.
Oh, education. Okay, so you stopped your studying.
Yeah.
All right. I want to say that I don't feel that you've stopped your studying as yet. All right. You're quite a spiritual girl as well. Okay. And I want to say to you is that study, not necessarily spiritual, but it's as though that there's things you would like to do. Okay, go for it. Go for it, because you have it here. All right. I want to say also is that I'm not going to go on that one. No. I want to say to you is that I want to give you a key. You drive? You will do. If you don't drive, you will do. I want to give you a key. So if you want to learn to drive or you're learning to drive, I want to say to you, good. Whatever it is, I want to say to you is that your granddad is very much behind you. Very much behind you. And he's there. I will show you. Show you how to drive. Thank you. Thank you. Who's John? John. Okay, that's fine. And who's Martin? Just so I give you this, not proof of survival. It's their memories, so it's coming from your dad. And also is that And I also want William. I want William. All right. I want to say happy birthday. I know we're at the beginning of the year, so I do feel there's a birthday coming in because Dad is singing happy birthday here. I was there. I was singing. He's singing happy birthday. So whoever's birthday's coming in, he's singing away. Okay. I'd leave that with you and say, bless you both. Okay. Yeah. And as I'm there with you, I want to say to you is that I've gone off the screen. So I don't believe in throwing my voice out. I have to come and be in front of you. Jess doesn't like not to be in front. I want to say that okay. New beginnings. I said to you a moment, when I first came up to you this evening, I just felt as though that there's so many changes there around you. I want to say that I'm very much around Mum at this moment. I know Mum's there in the spirit world, and I know that she was quite a spiritual lady. She's loving your son, all right, and as though that she's having great pleasure of watching him grow and watching him getting into naughty things. And but I want to say, as I say, watching him getting into naughty things, I want to say to you is that he sees spirit. Okay, he's watching all the time. He's pointing, right? He's pointing, and your mum is very much around him at this time. I do want to say that mum was okay. Mum was saying she would like you to be a little bit more happier. All right, so she's concerned about your happiness, and but she said, "Don't worry." She said, "I've got that in hand. I've got that in hand." And also is that Mum had cancer. Okay, because I just feel as though that my body is really uncomfortable at this moment, and I do feel that she suffered quite a bit. And also is that she's also because of everything in your life, everything's always been a struggle for you, and you've always felt that you weren't perfect. And I want to say to you, your mum is saying you're the most perfect person that walks Mother Earth. All right, and so that your mum would always praise you, and it's exactly what she's doing now. She's also saying thank you for being her daughter as well. A little bit concerned about your brother. So I don't know whether at this time he's suffering with a little bit of anxiety, but I just feel very much there around him. So she's a bit concerned around him. Very much, I know he's got 2 daughters, and she's saying, oh, they're so cheeky. And she loves them dearly. Dad is still with us, please. Because I just feel as though I want a little bit of healing around Dad. So I just feel maybe Dad has not been very well. And also, you drive, yes? Are you talking about wanting to change a vehicle? Yeah, okay, so that Mum is actually saying, well, who knows what's around the corner, my love? All right, and the car you have, it won't let you down, but at the same time, she's saying, don't worry, you never know what's around the corner. Also, would you understand somebody who had breast cancer? Yeah, and she's still with us. Yeah, lovely. And I don't feel it was a scare. I do feel this was breast cancer. And I don't know whether she's had the treatment or whatever, because she doesn't give me all of it. But I want to say everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Also, is that a new settee or somebody's would you understand somebody that would want to recover a settee? Is that yeah? And also is who jumps up and down on the settee? Yes, yeah. Because I just felt as though that either somebody's recovering something or somebody is talking about recovering. And also, Mum is saying to you is that watch him, because he's a little stinker. He's like a monkey who wants to climb everything. But at the same time, is I want to say that okay. she's actually saying here is that has he fallen and hit his mouth? Okay, I don't want to give it to him, but just be careful. Just be careful, because she's talking about round his. Oh, is he teething? Has he got lots of teeth? Yeah. Okay. She's just saying about teeth, and just to keep an eye on him. I'm not going to say he's going to fall, but it's as though to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Okay. New shoes. You bought new shoes. No. Okay, and new boots. I've got new boots as well here. And also, who's talking about did you just bought your son a coat? Okay, because I'm seeing a coat as well. And also, I'm seeing a kettle. But as I say, I want to either have a new kettle or the kettle needs to be descaled. All right, and as though it's taken longer to boil. All right. Would you also understand your home is busy? So it's as though there's always something going on. Always something going on. You're very artistic. Okay, because Mum is saying that you've always been artistic, even from a child. That you just like to paint and draw and just make a mess. And at the same time, you have Mum's ring, please. All right, because she's saying that you have some jewellery that belongs to her. And also, would you understand somebody that wanted to make or have some of the ashes and made some jewellery? Yeah, and because I just feel like a ring or something around the neck, but it's as though that she's really, really pleased about that. Elizabeth, Beth, or Betty. Okay, I'll give you that. And also is that I want to take you to around about June or July time, and I want to say that it's a make up your mind time. All right, so it's a good thing, but don't worry about it. It's a good thing, and I want to say that enjoy. I enjoy whatever is coming in. He's saying that don't worry, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. All right. Look after your stomach. All right. This is though there's a problem around the stomach area, and I want to go to the lower back as well. I want to say to you is that I'm not seeing any more children around you, so I don't know whether you've made up your mind you don't want any more, or either way. But so I'm not seeing any more children at this moment in time. If you decide, oh yes, I would like, who knows, you might have half a dozen more. But at the same time, at this moment, one's enough. One's enough. Would you understand Mum losing her voice towards the end? Okay, because she's just taking my voice a little bit at the moment here. And she said, I do miss you all. I do miss you all. And I do feel a little bit of weight loss as well around her. Diabetes, who's suffering with the diabetes at the moment here on the earth, eh? Or somebody is going to be diagnosed with some diabetes. All right, because I just feel as though somebody is going to be on insulin, sadly enough. And I don't feel family, I just feel it's going to be outside the family. All right, leave that with you and say yes. Lynn, can I be there with you? Yeah. And as I'm there, sorry. And as I'm there with you, I want to say to you is that I know you work spiritually, I know you work on the platform and everything else, but at the same time is that 2024 is a year to gently do things. All right. So I want to say to you that last year was an eye-opener for you. And I do feel that with everything else that was going on in your life as well, it's as though that it took a little bit of a toll on your health. And I have Mum here with you at this moment, and I just feel as though that you've always been a strong girl, always been a strong girl. And I want to say to you is that I do feel that Mum was quite a spiritual lady. Would you understand that? Not what you do, but quite spiritual. Oh, she was a churchgoer. Okay. Okay. I also want to say to you is that, would you understand somebody used to drink a lot, please? No, in the spirit world. He's pointing to you. Yeah. Would you understand somebody had problem with drink, please? Just no, don't worry. She's making it hard for me, isn't she? Typical medium, always make the other medium suffer. I just feel very much as though, because I just feel I have a male here in the spirit world, and he regrets drinking. All right, and also is that I do feel with him is as though that if I could do it better, I'll come back down and I will do it better. All right, and also is it you who suffers with headaches, please? Yeah, okay, because I just feel as though I have headaches here, and also is I want to say to you that as we work with spirit, and we always work on that vibration all the time, we never really pull away from that vibration, and we're always open to there to help everybody else, but we never help ourselves. At the same time is that I do feel that over these last maybe 10 years, that's what you've done, and maybe your life. But at the same time, is I just feel that maybe you need to maybe walk that that pathway of yours is going to really, really change beautifully this year. Beautifully. There's a little word, and it says no. We never know how to say it, but at the same time is that learn to say it occasionally for you. All right. I know there's 3 witches here. All right, but one's missing. But at the same time is that I want to say that that wonderful harmony of friendship. And I want to say to you is that you have touched down before in a past life, and you all know it. You all know it. Also is that I just feel as though that I want to give you have a daughter on the earth. Okay. Have you also got a daughter in spirit? The reason I'm saying that is because she's holding my hand, and it's as though that she just wants to give you something, and I didn't do it right. And if I'd done it right, it would have been better for you. I feel unwell with her. I feel unwell with her. I do feel that she suffered here, and but at the same time, I feel she has a very sharp tongue. All right, but I want to say with that tongue, it was like it wasn't meant. It wasn't meant. But I love you, Mum. I love you. I also want to say to you is that she's often around you. She's often around you. And I want to say that she's got an envelope, and she's emptying the envelope, and she's giving you a heart from the envelope. Right? And I want to say that with this heart, it's as though that I don't know how long this lovely girl has been in the spirit world, but at the same time, it's as though that I want to say yesterday, but I do feel it's been a bit longer. But at the same time is that it's as though that her love will go on. Her love will go on. she's very much like you, all right. And as you're smiling, she said, "Mum, always smile, always smile." And also is that I also want to give you some arum lilies. Arum lilies. I don't even know. I'm glad you know what they are because I haven't got a clue. Okay. You know what they are? I've used this with flowers, but you're lucky enough I even named them. All right. Okay. Oh, did she? Oh, well, she's given them to you. She's given them away. Okay. And you like lilies? Goody, goody. I want to say to you is that she's very, very much around your home. All right. And it's as though that she said, "I've got a paintbrush. I've got a paintbrush and I've got a shovel." She said, "But I'm not doing very much. But I look good. I look good." And I do want to say that she has a wonderful sense of humour and very, very much there. Okay. Take her love because she's there. She said, "Mummy, you look lovely. Mummy, you look lovely." She loves you in pink. She loves you in pink. Okay. She loves you so much. Leave her love with you. Okay. Right, can I come to the lady who described the lily? And as I'm there with you, I want to say to you is that thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing them in. But I want to say that a strong lady. All right. I also want to say to you is that you haven't gone through this life without some sadness. Okay. I do know that you've lost a son. But at the same time is I just feel like he went, "Hello, Dad." All right. So he's there with you. I also want to say that as he's here, it's as though that he wants to pull you together. All right. I do want to say that his transformation into the spirit world was so quick. All right. And he's making me go really, really cold. Now, the coldness represents his love. All right. So I want to say there's so much love there. And he has a wonderful sense of humour as well. All right. It's as though, have you had a row? Because you're away from each other. He's saying, "You had a row?" And he wants you to smile. I also want to shake your hand. All right. It's as though, "Dad, I want to shake your hand. And I want to say thank you and I love you. I want to shake your hand, Dad." Did you go and have a drink with him? I need that. Did he go and have a drink with his dad? Yeah, because he's saying that go and have a drink and I'll be standing beside you. All right. And I also want to say to you is that he's okay. He's fine. And I also want Mum's in spirit as well, because he's telling me that he's with his grandma. All right. And he's actually bossing me about. And that he said I could walk away with it, walk away from it. And I do want to say that with him as though he misses you both so very, very much. Very much. But he wants you to know he's okay. He's doing many, many things in the spirit world. And he said, "Do you know what?" He said, "I can come down and I can do what I want to do down here and I don't have to pay a penny." He said, "And I can go in and then I can have a few drinks." He said, "And I don't have to pay a penny." But he said he just wants you to smile, celebrate his life. He was born, he did exist. Sadly, he passed. But at the same time is that he's giving you a beautiful white barn owl. And it's as though that next time you see a barn owl, it's his wisdom he's given to you. All right? You still have some of his belongings. And he said the moths ain't got them yet. And he's laughing at you. I do want to say when he was a young lad, I do feel with him he was a very, very clever and very educated. And I want to say to you, he's saying that I always felt as though I was only here for a while. It's as though that there's things I needed to learn. I did learn them. I was only here for a while and I have to go back because I have to look after my grandparents, and he's laughing. He has a sister, yeah, because he said, now I can boss my sisters around, all right? Who's got the bad heart? Okay, because he's aware of a bad heart. So I just want you to know that I have got him. I was told that your son was in the spirit world, and I went, you know, that I have to give you proof that it's him. And I want to say to you is that he's aware of it, and he's saying, but be sensible, will you, Dad? Because you're not coming over here with me. All right. He said, I'll push you, I'll kick you back. He said, I'll kick you back. He said, you've got to look after Mum. You have to look after Mum. I want to say to you is that I hope you feel him around you, because he hugs you. He hugs you. And sometimes it could be cold, sometimes it could be warmth. And you could just even just stroke the face. But he's very, very much there. You're the best dad ever. And nobody could have a dad like you. And I love you so much. He said, you're okay, Mum. You're okay. He said, you're okay. But it's as though that, did you like pancakes? Okay, he said, because pancake day's coming up soon. He said, I could do with some pancakes. And he's laughing. He just wants you to know that he's okay. Dad's got to buy some new shoes? Pardon? Okay, because he's talking about new shoes. Okay. Take my love. Take his love. He's very, very much there around you. And I feel quite honoured that he's used me as his instrument this evening. I leave my love and say bless you. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara Price. Why, thank you, dear. I am sure we can all agree that that was one of those occasions where I can use a 4-letter word. Don't worry. Epic. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara Price. I've got to say that it's a very sad truth that the price of love is loss. But I know that the heavier that weight, the better we are for having had them in our lives. And whether it's 10 minutes, 10 years, or 10 centuries, the weight of that love is immeasurable. And so I always say at these times, not because it's a buzzword or a catchphrase, but because I truly, truly mean it. I would rather have a life that carries with it a weight of pain than never having known them. And that is always what I suggest we cleave to, because we are better and richer for the experiences, the friendships, and the loves we share. And one thing that we strive to do, which has been done tonight, is prove survival. And so we know that, as you have been told, you've got to keep rocking on for a long time yet, but eventually one day he'll open the locks up and let you in. And that eternity together will be an eternity of love. So thank you, Barbara, for reminding me of that. And let love continue, because it's so much better to have a world with love than a world without it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all join together and close this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to unite to see survival, to feel the love of spirit around us, and to know that our loved ones are able to lift that veil and draw close. We thank you for the comfort, the upliftment, and the joy that it can provide. And we thank you for the opportunity to unite as one in this place and in all those other places that are deemed sacred, so that we may feel the kiss, the embrace, and the touch of our loved ones through that veil. And so, as we go out into the world, let us take with us the memory, the feeling, and the joy of that love, and the message that we are one, united, and eternal. Until we meet again. Amen. I would like to again thank all of our healers. I would like to thank Tony for leading, Eunice for reading, and Mum for writing. But most of all, I would like to thank all of you for being essential components in a really, really big generator of love. And the warmth that I feel is getting there to making me feel a little bit warmer on the outside. But we're going to finish off now with a raffle, and then we're going to sort out the inside by letting ourselves have something warm inside, by tea, coffee, or soup, whatever you want. It's in the kitchen. But of course, one last time, the big thank you. Reverend Barbara Price. And so we're going to say good night to our friends who are watching online. Thank you all for bearing with us. I know there's been a few ups and downs in the stream, which is always good fun, isn't it? But we are going to say good night to you all now. And the love's coming in. The love's coming in. But we're going to say good night to you all now, because we want to see if Barbara's won the sweets and then have a cup of tea. So after 3, from all of us here to everyone out there in the world, keep it up, keep it going, keep it good. And after 3, 1, 2, 3, good night. And God bless you all.